Crawl space foundation repair costs tend to be a little higher than like a general, repair. Obviously, you go into an open basement or open area of the yard or the land, as opposed to when you're going down in a crawl space, depending on the height and the size, and if it's muddy, if it's clean, if there's gravel, there's a lot that can determine. There's a little bit more that can determine the work being done in a crawl space because of the confined areas, and it's harder to work and maneuver. And it's, if you're working in a crawl space and you got to crawl underneath and the problem is on the opposite end of the house, you just got to think it's just a little harder to, maneuver around, and it also just depends on what the problem is. The local soil, which I talk about in these videos, is we have the expansive clay soil. So especially right now we're in drought-like conditions. So a crawl space generally has a dirt floor, and so it's not a bad idea to maybe look into getting a type like a vapor barrier, like a wrap, just to help mitigate the moisture in the crawl space area. Or sometimes these crawl spaces flood with water, when we get these big rains, and you have stagnant water down there. It just depends on the severity of it, and so it just all depends on how high or low the floor, the bottom of the floor to the earth ground is, so there's some different ways about that.